welcome to Camp Hill. I'm your host, Billy Mars. With me today, I have my less attractive, less fit brother, Derrick Mars. President Derrick Mars, and my lovely wife, Elizabeth Mars. And today we're going to talk about camp stuff. Derrick, with you being the guest, why don't you take it away?
Thank you, Billy. I really appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Just so nobody's confused, yes, that is my brother, Billy, who has hijacked the podcast. Thanks a lot, Billy.
You're very welcome.
But I would highly contest that I'm less fit. And let's be honest, I'm significantly better looking.
Okay.
That mustache of yours right now, Lord help us.
At least I'm not ginger.
That's a fair point. All right. Listen, I'm not ginger. I like to say I'm calico.
You're calico?
Calico. Because I've got blonde, I got brown, I got ginger.
Just a real mush mag
I'm
stuff there.
That's mush mash. So, for those of you who are listening, I'm just going to tell you, this is potentially going to be a very unhinged episode. So we're not exactly sure how it's going to play out or whether we will ever be able to have any episodes again once we're finished. Because we may get completely censored.
First order of business, Mothman.
Which Elizabeth doesn't know who or what Mothman is. And so we may have to do an entire episode with Elizabeth where we just tell cryptid stories is what we're going to have to do.
No, don't do cryptid stories because then we're going to go home and she's going to be like, I'm scared. I couldn't sleep last night.
Well,
I had dreams.
Mothman's not terrible. When you get to the black-eyed kids, that's when it gets creepy.
That's pretty scary.
Yeah.
We'll discuss it later, huh?
Okay.
Over dinner. It'll be really romantic.
Oh,
It'll be
no.
great. All right. So, as my brother Billy so terribly introduced everyone.
That's insulting.
Hey, he introduced me pretty well.
He did. That's the one good thing he did.
Yeah,
was introduce you. So we are joined today. I'm super excited about it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Maybe too much fun.
Too much fun.
There's probably going to be way too much work for me to do post with all the editing that I have to do. But I'm joined today with my brother Billy and his amazing wife Elizabeth, who is here. Elizabeth, full confession, you are still Elizabeth Dotson in my phone.
Oh.
I've never switched you over. So I guess she's not part of the family.
I guess she's not.
Ooh.
I guess she's not.
You know what?
Sad.
You know what? In front of God and everybody,
Are we going to
Change
change
it.
the content?
you are now going to become part of the family
Aw.
if I can find your name.
This is a historic. Join hands with me.
Yes.
Join hands with
Should
me.
we pray before we do
Should we?
this?
See,
All right.
it's just like he ordained our wedding. He's ordaining his contacts.
There it is. Elizabeth Mars. It's
Oh.
there.
Wow.
There you go. You are welcome.
Thank you.
Lovely.
You are now part of the family. I do have some icebreaker questions. That I've got 3. All right, but I want a response from both of you on these. Okay, you got that?
Okay.
All right. So here's the first one. Which is cuter? Okay, cute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cuter. Babies dressed as animals, or animals dressed as humans?
Ugh.
Oh.
Definitely babies dressed as animals.
Yeah, I have to. Yeah, babies
What?
dressed as animals are. If you dress up your animal as a human, I think there should be a facility for those people.
There is.
That's unhinged.
It's called the asylum.
Yeah, I know. Like that. I feel like the asylum's too good.
So, do you think there's so you guys have 2 children?
Yes.
Can I say their names? Am I allowed to say their names?
I think so.
yeah, that's
Okay.
fine.
So you have 2 children. You have both are my nieces,
Mm-hmm.
right? So they're my family too. which
Yes,
is
they
awesome.
are. Yeah,
There we go. Because
this is family friendly.
this is a family friendly. Well, this is a family podcast. Jenny
Yes.
and Grace.
hmm
So Grace, how old is Grace now?
7 months old.
7 months old. Is there a point when you should stop dressing up your baby as an animal?
Well, I've never dressed her up as an animal.
What? As an
Not-
have you dressed her up as anything like costume wise?
No.
We have an idea to do it.
Oh, you do. What's the idea?
So Halloween, we're gonna probably do some Harry Potter. Was it Harry Potter that we discussed, where she could probably be like Dobby or something?
I thought we were talking about something else
Or
the
was it
other
something
day,
else?
but I can't remember what it was.
Yeah,
I'd rather Grace be Dobby than like the baby Voldemort.
Oh, yeah, definitely not.
It's gonna be Quirrell.
We were talking about Jenny dressing up as something, and I can't. Oh, we were doing Avatar theme.
Avatar theme, Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh,
Grace
okay.
was gonna be Momo, Jenny was gonna be Appa, and then she was gonna be Katara, and I was gonna be Aang.
That's pretty great.
Yeah, so
I actually really like that.
which hopefully, if she allows me, will be the second time I shave my head bald.
No, definitely not.
So we just got to get him like a skin cap. Is that what we're
Yeah,
gonna do?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not very attractive, but it's definitely better than shaving his head.
Well, he's not very attractive, so it's not really
Hey,
going
whoa,
to
whoa,
affect
whoa,
too
whoa,
much.
Whoa, whoa,
No,
whoa.
I didn't say that.
Listen.
I'm just saying Billy bald is not attractive.
That is I can't
true.
disagree with that.
I look like an albino almond. That's pretty bad.
An albino almond.
Dude, it's so bad.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've never dressed Grace
Actually,
up.
we
Did you ever
still-
dress Jenny up?
We have yet to.
Yeah.
No?
He's always working on Halloween.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, we're
Gotcha.
a bad parent.
Well, like you got these people who like dress their kids up as like a pumpkin or like all these little things. Like at some point, you gotta stop doing that. Like maybe when the
Yeah.
kid's like 18 years old and he's still dressed up like a pumpkin and with like
Yeah.
no shirt on.
I-
Like it's just a little strange.
I feel like once they can talk in like coherent and complete sentences, it's probably a good time to stop.
Well, okay, that's fair.
Like Jenny can talk in sentences, but coherently, no.
So she's still free game to
yeah,
dress
she's
up
still
in
free
weird
game.
costumes.
Absolutely, yeah. She can't blatantly object right now.
Elizabeth looks like she's questioning this.
I think she could object if she wanted to, but I think if we made it exciting for her, she would go along with it.
if you made it exciting for her.
Yeah. Well, when she was really little and we did the pigtails on her, she looked like Boo from Monsters.
Oh, that's right. I
Yeah.
do remember that. She
Mhm.
was so cute.
Yes.
Yes.
She's a doll. I'm
She
gonna
is.
say she would be here today, maybe even on the podcast, but she's sleeping,
Yes.
which is where I think the three of us would much rather be. Probably at home sleeping as well.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm ready to go to sleep. All right, so here's the first one or the second one. If you woke up as your 16-year-old self
Oh Lord.
tomorrow,
Ew.
what would you do?
Sleep all day.
You have to wake up first.
Oh.
Oh yeah. So
Go
after
back
you
to
woke
sleep.
up from your
After you woke up
from your 20-hour slumber as a 16-year-old, what would you do?
I'd probably be like, I'm probably gonna be too soft here, I guess, or too rewarding.
Sentimental? Or
Yeah,
something?
sentimental,
Oh,
maybe
okay.
too great. But I'd probably do a you move, and I would probably give my younger self some good advice that I've heard from you in my life. So hopefully,
The advice that you've heard from me, Lord help us all.
yeah. So
Okay.
he would hopefully go a different direction, and if he didn't, then I would take his lunch money.
That's fair. Okay. How about you, Elizabeth? What do you think?
I have no idea.
As your 16-year-old self, what did you do when you were 16? 'Cause you were homeschooled, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Played with a rope.
No. I did play basketball then, but
Yeah.
I think I would probably tell myself to, or like not be, so like busy, if that makes sense. Because we were like, I did a ton of things when I was in high school.
Oh, I
Looking
gotcha.
back, kind of
Yeah.
wished I had done less and
Yeah.
like put more effort in the few things.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the way, like, me and my two sisters were. We were always on the go.
Yeah.
Especially in like high school, because we were involved in sports and different school activities, extracurricular stuff,
Mhm.
and it felt like we were always on the move.
Yeah,
know.
because now my life is a slower pace, and I kind of wish that I had done that back then too. Enjoyed
Much
some of the
Be
smaller
much more
things.
of a rapscallion.
I like it. All right, last one, and then we'll get into the juicy stuff.
Ooh.
All right.
Okay.
If you became invisible for a day, how would you spend your day?
Ooh.
You can't say sleep.
No, I think
Okay.
I'd go back to the hospital and watch open heart surgery again.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, my word.
All right.
Because
I
then
would be-
I could get really close and see everything. Because with a few times I've gotten to watch it before, I've had to like stand for
So
the back.
your idea of a good time is to not only break the sterile field, but like
Well, I'm invisible.
truly invade someone's privacy. You're invisible doesn't mean your germs ain't on you.
Oh, that's true. Well, I'll make sure to like wash up invisibly in the sink before I go in.
I would.
So then it's just like a random sink turning on that nobody can see. Like, what's going on
What's
here?
going on?
It's soap. Bubbles everywhere. So I do have one question about you being invisible, going back into the ER,
OR.
OR. My bad.
Yeah.
Emergency
Get it
room,
right.
operating room. My bad. The OR for open heart surgery. if you're invisible, would you sneak all the way in there and start doing things to the heart to throw everybody off, like squeeze it to make it look like it's pumping when it's really not?
No, I'm not gonna do that. Because
I
I don't want the surgeons to
Mess up.
completely lose their minds.
See, and this is why
I just want to enjoy watching heart surgery.
I just want
because
to enjoy
truly
watching
enjoy-
someone with their chest open on the bed. Just,
Well, I would like
why
to get a closer look because I could see it on the TV screens that they have,
Yeah.
and I was sort of at the head of the bed, but
Mhm.
I still would like to get a truly close up look, and so I think I could kind of shimmy in behind the scrub nurse and just watch.
See, this is where I think she's significantly more wholesome than we are.
yeah.
Because I would definitely be doing things to scare people and to throw people off.
I mean,
I would be squeezing the heart, making it look like it's pumping when it's really not, and then everybody's flipping out.
there's plenty of examples of our mental state being at the hospital.
That's so true. That is so true.
That.
Yeah. Fair point.
So,
Fair point.
fair-
Yeah. Again, Elizabeth, you are significantly more wholesome
yeah.
than we are. That's 100% true. And this is why we need people like you and Marie in the family, because you
Yeah.
have to balance out
This.
Can't have too many crazy people.
Oh yeah, trust me, we have enough crazy people
Oh,
in our
yeah,
family, so
absolutely.
we need them to kind of balance that out.
My first thought, which I don't know if this is going to get the channel flag, but I would sneak into the Pentagon.
FBI, if you are listening, we love you. Everything is fantastic. We will never do anything wrong.
In all defense, truly, FBI. The only reason I want to do this is to see if you've actually put in a Pizza Hut inside of the Pentagon, because it used to get delivered
Yeah.
and then that stopped. So my own rationale is now they've put one in the Pentagon.
I'm surprised you don't want to go to Area 51.
Oh, that's also a pretty good.
That's
yeah,
a good
that's
one.
actually a really good one. I might change my answer there, but that
Area
one
51,
I might be
invisible? I
leaving
like
in
that.
a black van after this.
Well, today?
Yeah, like they're gonna
We're gonna
roll
go
them.
outside. There's a bunch of black SUVs out there. Like,
we were
it's
listening.
Billy. That's what it is. That's a great answer, though, Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's my question now: If Billy and I are both invisible and we're going to Area 51 together, and you are also invisible, will you join us?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe
That's better than a no.
that's way better
Just
than a no.
because, it seems like it's a truly mysterious place, and it would also be pretty entertaining to go with both of you. So.
It's funny because entertaining is a funny word for illegal.
I think both of our families, you two, your daughters,
Mhm.
Marie and I, Reagan and Bryce, we're all invisible, and we're invading Area 51. And we're just gonna
Don't
play
say
with all the
invading.
little
Don't-
aliens.
don't
Oh
say-
yeah,
don't say
no
invading.
invading.
We're visiting.
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 And paying our fees in order to do
Yep.
so. Yeah, that's awesome.
Well,
Actually,
I don't think I would bring my kids along.
for you,
You wouldn't?
No.
Why?
Why not?
Well, I'm assuming
they'd
you
be
also
too
have to
loud, we get caught.
yeah, you have to be quiet, right?
We can duct tape their mouths.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Sure.
She was so quick that she'd be like, "Yeah,
No.
sounds like a plan."
Get
No,
me
I
out
was
there.
being sarcastic.
I didn't sense the sarcasm. I
Get me
sensed 100% truth.
If you were invisible for 24 hours,
Yeah.
you could, if you go to the right places, you can get Bancroft Gospel Ministries a lot of money real fast. You know, Federal Reserve.
That's
You
a good
know,
point.
I
Yeah.
think
Fort
this part
Knox.
is gonna-
yeah, Fort Knox going there. Yeah,
Yep.
and you know,
But
once
we
again,
will-
this
we
is
will-
hypothetical.
Hypothetical. Purely hypothetical. We will never do that. We are a Christian organization.
Absolutely.
We do not believe in stealing.
Absolutely.
It's one of the 10 Commandments.
Yep.
I don't think there's anything about trespassing in the 10 Commandments, is there? I don't think so.
No, I don't think
there isn't the Lord's Prayer, though.
Those
Oh,
trespasses, I don't know if it's the same word.
There
But
are
it
black
is
and
the
white
word.
issues and there's gray. Now,
We
if
will
it-
not
if
do
it-
those
If
things.
it would help further God's kingdom on earth, I feel like it's justified.
No.
Because
We're spreading the gospel to the aliens.
technically, when you look at, Exodus and, going into parts of the Old Testament, the Israelites were trespassing on the Canaanites and stuff like that.
Wait, so
technically,
we're-
that was in their head, that's their land. The Israelites are trespassing, but in reality, God gifted them that land.
I don't think God is gifting Bancroft Area 51.
But we
But
should
the Federal Reserve.
But we should pray. But I feel like we should pray to that end.
Yeah.
We really should.
You can have an Area 51 themed summer camp.
Oh,
What?
Whoa.
Hey, that's a great biblical theme.
Yeah.
We're aliens.
Yeah, we are.
We could do it next year.
Despite the name
2027.
Mars, 2027.
2027. Camp 2027. Actually, that's not going to be the theme for next year, but I might have to change it.
I can picture it now.
They
looked at the files. They know the UFOs are real.
Oh, Lord help us. This is going to be a fun episode.
It's so unhinged.
It'll be great. All right, so let's get into some of the meat as to why I have you guys here. If this isn't meaty enough, I don't know what it would be. This is like a prime steak already.
It's like a prime steak. How about we get into
was it like a Wagyu? What's that?
What? Wagyu?
Wagyu? Weigel?
No, Weigel.
Oh,
That's
not
a gas
Weigels.
station.
My bad.
We're in the prime rib. Let's go for the tomahawk now.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Going in.
Go
Are you ready?
deeper
Elizabeth?
into the zone.
Or the abyss. One or the other.
Most definitely the abyss.
Elizabeth is definitely agreeing in that one. She's like, yeah, what have I got myself into? All right, so tell us a little bit about yourselves, and even just how you guys met. Maybe we can start there too.
Ooh.
We'll let Elizabeth tell that part.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's a very womanly thing to talk about.
So let's both look at her and make her feel comfortable.
Yep.
Go ahead,
Done.
honey.
Wait.
Go ahead.
So am I telling about myself first?
Yeah, a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Well, currently I'm a mom to 2 little girls, but I am also a registered nurse. I went to nursing school after I was a counselor at Bancroft for a couple years. And then before that, I was a homeschool student. So I graduated, went through homeschooling all the way.
Nice.
I worked in that cardiac ICU for 2 years. So that's why I enjoy watching open heart surgery and would like to do it again.
Well, luckily, there's background behind that.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
She's just not weird.
Yeah.
No, I was allowed
psychopath.
to be there as a
Yes.
nurse. I enjoyed working here as a counselor for 2 years, and then I did a little bit of camp nurse shenanigans. And maybe in the future, when our kids are older, I'll do that again.
We hope so.
I definitely don't have enough energy to be a counselor again, but I did love the 2 years
Very
that I did
exhausting.
it. Yeah.
So you served as a counselor at camp, and then you've also done some camp nurse shenanigans, as she put it, which is
Yes.
fantastic. So you even served as a camp nurse.
Yeah,
little bit
mostly
off and
for
on.
retreats, I think.
Yeah.
The most intense was when we had someone with type 1 diabetes.
Yep.
I was
Fun.
like, I'm really a nurse right now.
That is true. So how many years were you a counselor at Bancroft?
I guess 2 years. I was gonna do a 3rd year, but that was the year COVID happened.
Oh yeah, that's
So
right.
then after that, I decided I needed to focus on like working as a nurse,
Like
and getting
growing
more
up, I guess.
experience. Yeah.
Yeah, becoming an adult.
Wah,
Uh-huh.
wah, wah.
Nobody
Yeah.
wants to do that.
No.
That's why I'm still in camp ministry. So I don't have to do
No
it.
other reason.
No other reason. It's not the children. Just gonna hit that. I'll edit that out.
Edit that out. We love the children here.
So you served as 2 years as a counselor,
Yes.
and then the camp nurse was probably just a couple years again
Yeah,
in the
I think
retreats.
it was until I graduated.
Roughly, I guess, 4-ish years
Mhm.
where you actually served in some kind of capacity. But then you're still pretty frequent. Like you'll pop in sometimes during camp weeks and that kind of stuff. every
Yeah,
once
but
in a
I
while,
wouldn't
too.
really say we help right now. We kind of just like
Yeah.
make sure our kids don't burn things down. and hang
Yeah.
out.
That's fun. Although I do love it when the kids come around because then I can just have some fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was especially last year when we did glow.
Jenny loved that.
Jenny
Going in the
loved
gym
Glow.
where we had the black lights on and different
Uh-huh.
stuff. That was so much
That's
fun.
so fun.
She was so
You
sweet. Then
just
she
be
came
the
and sat with
stand-up
me.
uncle.
I know. The one time I actually succeeded as an uncle.
She was talking about Bancroft today. She wanted to come.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
I didn't tell her we were going during nap time.
She goes, I love Uncle D.
Did she really?
Yeah, straight up. Straight
And
up.
I've got that on record?
Yeah, you have that on record.
Oh, she's sweet. Because half the time she looks at me like I'm a weirdo.
I mean, you are, but
Fair.
he loves you.
But like stranger danger look. That's
Oh.
kind of like, yeah.
Stranger danger look.
But that's good to know. I'm glad she loves me. Okay, well, good. I love her too. All right. So, Billy, tell us a little bit about yourself, kind of what you're doing now and that kind of stuff. We already know you're my brother.
Yes.
Actually, let's make a clarification.
Okay.
Billy, technically,
Don't you dare do it. Don't you, I already know what you're about to do. Don't you dare do it.
Billy is technically.
I'll shoot it right back at you. Don't worry.
He's technically my half brother.
Oh. Oh.
But he's a regular brother to me.
Oh.
I only tell people half brother just so they understand like the dynamics.
Yeah.
You know, of life and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But even though technically he's only half my brother in biologically,
Yeah.
he is my whole brother.
Oh.
What otherly?
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll work. So
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about yourself.
So
What you doing
sweet.
now? I know.
Well,
Tear.
so I did Bancroft for 2 summers, and then I came around afterwards because I owe a debt to Derrick that I'm still paying. It's
That's
a
right.
blood debt.
You will always be paying that debt.
Yes, absolutely. But I started. Now I'm a fireman EMT with a city and a county.
Yep.
So started that when I was 19, and I've been doing it since. But yeah, that's basically what I've been doing. I don't know what else to do.
Saving lives.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, I'm also obviously I have a wife and kids, and so, which is pretty cool. So,
For most of them.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So yeah, I don't really know what to say. I work a lot, and every now and again I come to camp and get to hang out with y'all, and
That's right.
and continue to pay back my debt. Because since Elizabeth didn't go into it, me and Elizabeth met at camp.
That's right.
Yeah. So, and Derrick is the entire reason I got to Bancroft.
It's also true.
Right.
Yeah.
So, because I remember the day I got the phone call from you, I was sitting in a Sonic in Bristol. With no money. No money.
And you still have no money, so that's
literally,
great.
the payment got declined, and they gave it to me out of pity. So, and then
I did not know that.
yeah. So and then I got the phone call from you. He said, "Hey, what are you doing this summer?" I said, "Nothing. I'm doing absolutely nothing." And you were like, "You want a job?" I was like, "Doing what?"
Is that money? Yes.
I was like, "Doing what?" And you're like, a counselor at a Bible camp." I was like, "You're calling me to do that?" But yeah,
it was
sure,
a terrible
I took
decision.
It was a great decision.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
that's
only
what I was gonna
bad
say.
part about my time as a counselor is the amount of radios I broke in that time.
That is so true. Holy
So,
moly.
But yeah, yeah. So me and Elizabeth were the last 2 counselors to sign up the summer of 2018, and we met, and then instantly fell in love. Instantly got married 3 months later. No, no. We
I would say friendship definitely came.
friendship
first.
came, and then she
Yes.
slowly became my best friend, and now we're married.
Yeah.
And still your best friend, I hope.
Still, yeah,
Okay,
absolutely,
good.
still my
Good.
best
Just
friend.
making sure.
And not only did we get married and meet here, but we got engaged here,
Yep.
and we got married here.
Yep. In the
And,
chapel.
By some random guy who ordained our wedding. I don't know. He was kind of a dork when I think about him.
And I think he was a ginger.
I think it was
Or like- no,
he was a
Calico.
He was a calico. So
Yeah.
yeah,
All right. So Billy, counselor for 2 years.
yes,
And now you still come around because you work on a lot of our paintball stuff too.
Yes.
You know, kind of prepping that stuff, getting it ready.
hopefully not for much longer.
True.
Yeah, hopefully
yeah.
we'll get cooler stuff.
Not because he doesn't want to,
Yeah,
but
I
simply
love
because I want to
doing
get
it.
rid of paintball.
Yeah, if I can only get them to clean the guns after the
That's
game.
so true. Yeah, I'm wanting
yeah.
to get rid of paintball. I want to bring in laser tag. So if anybody's listening and wants to donate, like, I don't know, $20,000 so I can get all of the laser tag set that I need so I can get rid of paintball, which is a liability,
Yeah,
that would be fantastic.
yeah. So
There's a little plug.
go to the website. I'm pretty sure y'all have a website.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wow, that's a fail. All right. Yeah, actually, they can just reach out to me.
Yeah.
You know, just call the office and be like, hey,
Yeah.
Derrick said that.
Actually, here's your personal phone number.
It's not that hard to find, to be honest. But yeah, but you come and you help out with paintball stuff, kind of get those things prepped and cleaned and maintained, you know. And sometimes you've even done some of the safety briefings on that, you know, and
Yeah.
trying to do some of the training
Yeah.
for
I've,
our counselors.
I've yelled at one of the board members.
Yes, you
Yes,
have.
I have.
That's right. Yeah, Billy yelled at a board member one summer. Didn't yell at him, but
I
sternly got on to him.
Yeah, I sternly got on to him.
Yeah, because he was trying to take some pictures, but he didn't have a mask on.
Yeah,
And,
crossed the net of no return, and he got a very stern talking to, and
By
which I
Billy.
thought I was going to get in trouble, but apparently he loved that.
Yeah. So I was like, Keep it up, then, Billy. Good job.
Yell at the other ones.
See, I thought you were going to get me fired. That's what I was going
Yeah,
But no, it's not turned out well. So, Billy, you said that, you two met here at camp.
Yeah.
So your first summers. So, Elizabeth, if I remember right, did you come the second week of counselor training that year?
Yeah. So I was looking for a summer job. It was like right after I graduated high school.
Right.
And everything had been falling through. And I had originally signed up for like a youth conference, so it was that second week of counselor training.
Right.
And then a couple friends I had seen where Bancroft was looking for counselors, and a couple friends I had like reached out to them and seen if they still need them, and they're like, yes, we still need female counselors. And I think that was really the first time like ever felt like God calling me to do something.
Really?
And it was just like a really strong conviction that like I needed to be there. And so I remember. Because, like, I had to make the decision, like, not to go to the youth conference and then go to training. So I remember coming and doing my interview with Josh Vega and definitely feeling a little intimidated. But I still felt, like, really strongly that I was supposed to be here. So I gave my spot to a friend and showed up on Monday morning. And, like, you know, after you make a decision like that, usually you feel pretty strong feelings of doubt. So the first few days I was like, am I really supposed to be here? Like, some of these people are a little strange.
Some of them?
You just look directly at me.
It wasn't just you, it was others, don't worry.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway,
summer.
but I, as the week went on, just like, the training helped, and just realizing that like God was going to use what I had, and I didn't have to like become a all knowledgeable Christian like overnight. Yeah. And I was really just the summer really built my faith, and it was really cool to work with other Christians. I hadn't really done something like that before.
Right. That's cool. Yeah, I think I've noticed that over the last however many years I've been here, especially like I guess 2022 was technically our first summer where we were in charge of the program. So like we started in 2019. But I started like right when camp was starting. I think I started my first day here was the second week of counselor training as well. And so I kind of walked into that first summer just saying, I'm just here to observe what you guys do and how you guys do it. You know, if there's something that you need, I'm happy to jump in and help or whatever. So 2022, and well, then COVID hit. And so we didn't do like regular camp for 2 years. So 2022 was the first one where we actually did camp again. And I was in charge of the training then. And I think that's one of the things that I noticed, and I still notice to this day, like even, you know, this past or the summer that we're currently in and the counselor training that we went through, especially for people who go into being a counselor for the very first time, just the doubt that so easily comes upon them when they're like, there's more to this than just playing kickball or dodgeball, you know, and it can sometimes be a little overwhelming. And one of the things that I always try to encourage our counselors with is that if you're here as a counselor and for a camper for that matter, but as a counselor, like I believe that God has brought you here providentially. Like he's the one who's brought you here. This wasn't by chance, like he directed you here, which means he's equipped you for what he's called you to do. Right. And that he's brought you here for a very specific purpose, you know? And so sometimes it's just a matter of kind of letting some of those things go and then just turning it over and be like, okay, God, like I'm willing to do whatever you want me to do. That's when God is like, excellent. Watch what I'm going to do this summer.
I think as a homeschooler, I felt like I wasn't going to be able to relate to public school kids.
Yeah.
And that was, I think, one of my bigger fears. And it really wasn't that hard. I mean, there was some like, I'm not a very cultured person, as Billy would say, when it comes to like pop culture. But I was still able to.
You mean corrupted? Oh, okay, yes, I got it.
I was still able to relate to my counselors and like our campers and like make good relationships with them, and I think we all had a good time together. So it was really just amazing to see God at work. And just helping me.
And I think that's one of the things too. Again, just about camp ministry, it's. Like, it doesn't matter what your background really is. A lot of it just boils down to, again, as a counselor, like your willingness, you know, just to be used, right? Just being faithful where God has called you and to be faithful in the little things, right? But the big thing too, as a counselor, is just build the relationships. You know, it doesn't matter what the background is. It doesn't matter whether you were homeschooled or public school or whether you're cultured or not cultured, you know, whatever. It's just like as we're building a relationship, like we all have things in common,
Yeah.
you know? And so like, as you build a relationship, you know, you're able then to kind of find those commonalities, right? And then develop those and just kind of have those conversations with those campers where then all of a sudden you see life change, you know, which I think is so much fun to see.
Yeah.
But like I said, like even this counselor training that we just went through, we've got a number of new counselors this summer. And there's someone where there's some doubt as to, am I really able to do this? Like maybe because they're homeschooled or grew up homeschooled, right? Or they've never even been to camp before and have no idea even what that's supposed to look like. And now all of a sudden they're a counselor. They're like, what is
What do I
this?
do?
And what do I do?
Yeah.
So there's always just that fear that's there, you know, whether it's to be able to relate or whether it's, you know, am I doing the right thing? Did I make a bad decision to come and do this? But it's amazing when, you know, when you look back at the end of the summer and you just see what God did, not only in your life, but also what he allowed you to do in the lives of others.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is super cool.
That's one of the coolest things I think about, like my first year, like at Bancroft being a counselor, I gave my life to Christ.
Yeah.
Like 2018 was the year that I gave my life over to Christ.
Yep.
Because Bancroft, the counselor training, was the first time I was sat down and forced to read the Bible.
Yeah.
And forced to actually walk through these thoughts that were going through my head and questions I had about God beforehand. Because I grew up in the Bible Belt. So we all went to church on Sundays. We never missed the Easter, the Christmas service. But it was just one of those, hey, we went to church on Sunday. That's a check mark. Let's, now go about doing our hoodlum things.
Yeah.
And Bancroft was the first time I ever got to, I was actually made to go because we had devotion time, like during counselor training. Go off and read these passages and come back and tell me what you think.
Yeah. So really, Billy had to learn how to read first.
Yeah, I had to learn how to read.
And then it was,
so my first book, counselor training, was Clifford the Big Red Dog. Mind you, tough read. But yeah, it would force me to read the Bible. And something that I had to learn in camp my first year was that you would have these kids who rather grew up coming to the camp or kids who grew up in probably a more Christian oriented home.
Yeah.
And they would come in and they'd be like, what do you think about this? What does God mean about this? And the most amazing part is that it was okay for me to go, I don't know, but let's figure that out together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So not only does that, I don't know, I think you get to learn stuff with the campers, and especially because, it's like, yeah, I don't know everything either, but we can learn together. Yeah. So you experience that growth, those building relationships and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, not everyone knows everything. Yeah. And I was always told, like, hey, just try to be like one step above, which was hard. So
it still is, but
it still is. Yeah, very much is. But yeah, which is something awesome about Bancroft. It's like you talk about God placed you there providentially.
Yeah.
And God obviously knew what my life looked like outside of before I came to camp. And yet God used that time in my life to turn my life around and start following God instead of following my own world.
Right.
So which is, I mean, if that's not providence, what is, right?
Yeah, so, that's true. And it kind of reminds me too of, a couple years ago, we did a theme called Heroes. And we focused on the passage where, the Apostle Paul, I believe it's in 1 Corinthians, basically was saying, like, none of you were wise. None of you were strong. None of you were any of these like things that the world would look at as valuable. You know what I mean? But God chooses to take people who are not wise, right? He chooses to use things that are weak to be able to bring him glory and to accomplish his purposes. And I think for me personally, but I think that's also good, from a counselor standpoint of just understanding, like, I don't have to have it all together.
Yeah.
I don't have to know all the answers. I don't have to be a perfect Christian. I don't have to be, all these different things. I just simply have to surrender and be willing to allow the Lord not only to work in me, but to work through me as well. And I think God just, he takes our willingness and he uses that for his purposes. to where then at the end of a summer or at the end of a week or whatever it is, you sit back and you're like, how did that actually work out at all?
Yeah.
Because it goes back again to that passage where it's like, no, so those who are going to boast, let them boast in the Lord, because he's the one who's doing it all, and I don't know, for me, it's encouraging for me because I have no idea what I'm doing every single day.
Really?
Fake it till you make it.
Really?
It's kind of the idea. Yeah. I play it off like
same thing in my job, man.
I have no idea how to fight a fire.
Yeah, me neither.
You and I probably fight it the same.
I just yell a lot and eventually it goes out.
Everybody out! Everybody out! I don't know what to do after that. Okay, so you guys came to camp. You met here at camp.
Yes.
Right.
I actually was a camper a couple years too.
Oh, so I was going to ask you that. Yeah, that was actually popped in my head. So you were a camper here before you became a counselor?
Yes, and actually I have a funny story about that kind of ties into what you were talking. I remember, I think I was like 10 or 12, and Aunt Martha sometimes asks the counselors to pray.
Yeah.
And at that time, like I'm not a huge public speaking fan. I was definitely even less. And so like I'm watching this counselor pray and I'm like, I could never do that. Like I would die before I did that. And then oddly enough, I remembered that when I was counselor and one, day I had to pray before the meal and I was like, wow, look at that.
Look at that. I can actually
talk.
do it.
Yeah.
And now she's on a podcast.
It was kind of funny because I had that specific thought and I remembered having it.
Oh, that's wild.
And it's just cool that God, brings you there.
It's amazing how he does that, right? And he puts us in positions that are uncomfortable, right? And I think, maybe I'm completely wrong on this. I think God enjoys that. I really do. I think he enjoys putting his children in uncomfortable situations to grow them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think I'm wrong in that, but
I don't feel like he takes joy
I got
in
this
being
picture
like,
of like a bad parent who's like,
do
I'm gonna
it.
put my kids in uncomfortable, unsafe situations.
Well, I feel like
But
it's not necessarily like, oh man, God doesn't take joy in putting them in the situation, but he knows it's going to grow them. And I think he enjoys looking how you grow.
yeah.
Looking like he enjoys watching you go, God, I need you.
Yeah.
And then going, all right, let's do it.
Yeah.
So, which is awesome.
And I think you see situations of that throughout Scripture. I mean, obviously you got James 1, where, we're told, count it all joy when you meet trials of various kinds, because through those trials, you're going to grow in these different ways, right? It kind of gives us a list. But then I think you also see it, like even in Jesus' ministry, earthly ministry, right, with his disciples, putting them in uncomfortable situations to kind of force them to be in a situation where they have to now depend on him more. You think of, like, he sends his disciples out in a boat and a storm comes and he's not with them. He forces them, there's 5,000 plus, and he's like, you feed them. Good luck. But he puts them in situations to where they're like, yeah, God, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this, so I need you to handle it. He's like, that's right.
That's what you're supposed to do.
That's what you're supposed to be doing,
Yeah.
And I think being a counselor, or just working in camp ministry in general, really, but being a counselor, I think, is one of those situations where it's not comfortable. Not just the beds. It was just the situations, aren't comfortable because, again, there's a lot more to being a counselor than just playing dodgeball. And so, like, you find yourself in positions like it was your second year, which is our first year. Where it's like, I felt like every single morning you were coming to Marie and I, be like, I have a question. So this happened and I don't know what to do.
Yeah, there was one week that was pretty challenging.
Yeah.
There was multiple weeks, but yeah.
I remember, there was one at least. It was almost like every morning at breakfast, you're like, can we talk? And of course we can.
It's like the spiritual issues. It's like, go get help. But when it comes to massive hornets in one of the cabin, she's like Rambo.
Yeah, I knocked out quite a few back in Old Peace.
Old, yes.
In the morning we'd go in there and there'd be like a couple of those giant wasps, so I'd climb onto a sketchy stool and smush it.
Sketchy stool.
I was like slightly proud that like I handled them all on my own, and then the week the boys were there, they were like screaming and like running around like crazy.
And then they're like calling for Elizabeth. Elizabeth, we need you to come rescue us.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'll get on my sketchy stool.
Fetch me my stool.
Goes up there with her flip flop, whapping it.
That's what you get from a nice Puerto Rican woman.
That's right. She's Puerto Rican, came out with the flip flop. She's killing the wasps. Oh, just so if anybody's watches this, Elizabeth is Puerto Rican.
She don't look it.
She doesn't look it, but she is Puerto Rican.
So,
and also there are no more murder hornets in peace.
That's
It's
also
been
true.
renovated.
Yes,
This
all
was before it was renovated.
Yeah.
Fair point.
I
Thank
like how
you
it
very
went
much
from
for that.
Big hornets to
To
murder
hornets.
to murder hornets.
They were definitely murder hornets.
They were bad.
Yeah,
They were
they were
scary.
really bad, and I was terrified of them. So kudos to you.
And we're still not 100% sure exactly where they were coming from, right?
I feel like the bowels, the deep is probably
The bottomless pit as they're coming
yeah.
out. They're the wasp in Revelation.
Yeah, talk about spiritual trials and how the enemy will use things against you. It's just like, go, my darling, destroy their zip line time.
So you guys, counselors, met here, got married. You're welcome. Yeah, actually came together, got engaged here, got married here. I officiated your wedding.
Yep.
So ultimately, really what that means, and Billy, you've already alluded to this, both of you really owe me your lives. That's essentially what it is.
I would say probably I owe you more, considering the fact of all the money under the table to Elizabeth to put up with me.
It's been extremely costly.
Yeah, yeah. We, I mean, truly, like if it hadn't been for that phone call at Sonic,
Yeah.
I would have never met my wife, or
No.
you would never have your lovely nieces.
I know.
So I mean,
And my sister-in-law.
and your sister-in-law, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Now officially the sister-in-law.
now
Yeah,
officially
you-
in the
officially,
phone, witness
officially. You are-
today,
I'm gonna put that Elizabeth Mars, sister-in-law.
sister.
That's what it's gonna be.
It's kind of like how I need to update yours to President Derrick Mars.
Yeah, right.
And Marita Vice or Madam or what is it? First lady. First lady.
First lady.
Yeah.
So I did an interview with Joe a couple weeks ago or 2 weeks ago, and he reminded me that he used to call Marie Margaret Thatch.
The Iron Lady.
The Iron Lady, Margaret Thatcher. So, all right. So we talked a little bit about how you guys came to Bancroft. So one more thing about your story.
Oh no.
Correct me if I'm wrong. You were planning to go into the military, though.
Yeah. So when I was 17, mom and dad were like, "What do you want?" I said, "Take me down to the recruiter's office."
Right.
So I ended up going there and did that for like a little bit and ended up having some cardiac problems, which ended up canceling out all my fun.
Right.
So so at that point I was like, I have no clue what I'm gonna do.
Right.
So because my entire I'm sure you remember when I was little, I mean, walk around Mamaw's house with my very albino bald head in camis.
That's right.
With my BB gun, and I'd play Army, and that was the only thing I ever wanted to do.
Right.
And then it's funny because God is like, no, I'm going to close that door on you.
Yep.
He ended up opening it a little bit with like the state guard and stuff like that I was able to serve in some capacity. Yeah, he closed that door and he's like, that's not what I have planned for you.
Right.
This is what I have planned for you.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Now, didn't you have an application in your passenger seat? Like, wasn't there some kind of like application that you had in your passenger seat and you had left the window down?
Oh no, that was my DD 214.
Yeah,
That was my exit paperwork for the Army.
Oh,
Yeah,
Because
because
didn't it get wet?
I had gone and I was at the duty station Mount Carmel,
yeah.
and then when all that happened in my cardiac, because I ended up having a what's it called
Murmur.
a murmur,
Yeah.
and apparently that's not allowed. So I had my DD 214 and I was dumb and I left my window down, and the largest rainstorm that could have ever happened, which by the way was awful, trying to because I needed that later. So I needed that paperwork.
Yeah, you had to explain to someone at one point that it got
Yeah, I
completely
had to explain to
destroyed.
one of my now best friends. He's like, "Where's it?" I was like, "It's literally gone." I think they were thinking it got mildly wet. No, the inside of my car was flooded.
It wasn't like a minor
It wasn't a minor
spritz.
sprinkle. It was
Right.
a huge downpour that came down. So I feel like if it wasn't good enough, that's not only is that door closed, but I'm gonna send the closest thing I can to the second flood on Earth to make sure you never try to do it again.
See, that was the thing. Like, that was one of the things I remembered
So-
about conversations that you and I were having as
Yeah.
to whether or not you were going to come. It was like everything you were trying to do outside of coming to be a counselor just
Fell
kept
through
like
completely.
falling through really bad by like weird ways too. Which didn't
At
make
that
sense.
point in my life, like, once again, like, I wasn't really a follower of Christ. So I'm like, a Bible camp?
Yeah. You're like, are you kidding
Are
me?
you kidding me? That
I was desperate. I needed a guy.
Yeah, but like literally every other plan I had fell through.
Yeah.
It was literally like not just one door, it was like a line of doors.
Yeah.
It kept on getting close to my face. I'm like, what do you want me to do here? And then God's like, you're dumb. Go to the camp.
Yeah, exactly. Hello. I've been trying to
Hello.
tell you.
Go.
It's amazing how God does that though too. Like sometimes, like I've always heard like these little phrases of, so don't force open a door that God has closed, you know, and don't close a door that God has opened.
And
Like I've heard that
in
one.
my capacity, it was God closed the door, then kicked me off the roof. So I mean, just
Listen,
what?
for some people, it's harder to get the message
It is
across.
a lot harder,
you
yeah.
know.
Mhm.
But it is one of those things where like it's amazing how God, in His sovereignty, works all things according to the purpose of His will,
Mhm.
right? And like we can resist, you know, certain things, and I think God allows us maybe to resist some of those things, but He's going to direct, you know, and He's going to work His will.
It's like, ultimately, like, you're gonna do what God needs you to do,
Yeah,
and like, which I'm very thankful that my plans back then didn't work out because one, I don't think I even had the right mindset. Like now that I went through camp and that God used that camp to push me to Him.
right.
And now that I have my life, now I go into a career field with first response. And then when I was with the State Guard, the situations that I come across, family's house burns down, or something happens, or with the State Guard where we were deployed for Helene, I was able to outreach and pray for families. I was able to talk with people who seemed hopeless, like, I don't know what to do from here. I was
Right.
like, buddy, I've felt the same way. But God has used, He's now used my career field in a place where typically the stigma is you don't talk about your faith.
Sure.
But He has used my career field to go out and talk about my faith and to meet people day in and day out every single day that need to hear the gospel, who need to have a hope.
Yeah.
And which is, hey, that's
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
I love that. I love that. So your time here at Bancroft, again, as counselors, right?
Mhm.
And maybe even, post counselor, depending on, whether it's camp nurse or helping with paintball stuff, whatever it is. What has been your favorite thing to do at Bancroft? Other than just
Ooh.
spending time with me, of course, but
I mean, that's pretty awesome.
it should be. Yeah.
But
Well, so one of my favorite things, I don't think y'all use it anymore, but I came as staff
Okay.
one summer. I think I was like 14 or 15, and y'all had the little like dishwasher thing.
Oh, yeah.
And my brother and I
Wait, like the thing where you like close it in the
Yes.
dishwasher? We still use that.
Oh, well,
That's good.
we thought it was
Do you
so
miss it?
cool.
Oh, good. I'll put you down there tonight. Fantastic. You can go wash some
Okay,
dishes
you're
for
fine.
us.
Yeah, so-
we have zip lines, rock wall, paintball,
Dishwasher.
She's like
I
dishwasher.
don't know. It gave me, we would like argue over who got to like, do
Shut
the
the
whole thing.
thing?
Yeah.
That's so cool. I
So
love that.
when I was staff, that was what I was like, that's pretty cool. But I enjoyed doing the zip line, hooking kids up for the zip line and
Yeah.
then the rock wall.
Why?
It was really cool to like encourage them to try new things.
Yeah,
And it was just like I enjoy being outdoors.
Yeah.
It's just fun.
like one of the things that we do is challenge by choice.
Yes.
Right.
It was sometimes aggravating to have to do challenge by choice because there were so many times it would have been so easy to just go push.
Yeah.
Instead of
Just
well,
shove
like,
the
Open
kids
heart
off.
surgery and pushing kids off 40-foot
they're hooked
towers.
up. They're hooked up. But like they would be like
Sometimes.
they'd be like, I don't know if I want to do this. And so it'd be like 10-minute conversation trying to convince them to go. And then
right.
sometimes they would go and then sometimes they wouldn't. But like sometimes you're just like, you're gonna love it. Just please just let me push you.
Now,
I still feel that way.
I never did that to anyone that didn't let me. My brother let me push him off after he was hooked up, of course.
Yeah.
now
Like family is totally fine.
your mistake is
Exactly.
doing the challenge by choice at this zip line. The fourth zip line, it was a lot more optional.
Optional.
Yeah, it'd be like, you're gonna love it. I don't know.
Whoops.
Just let them go.
Sorry, my hands are sweaty.
Yeah.
Lost that one.
And then by the time they're midway down, they're normally, crying or they're going, woo! Yeah, so I've never shoved a kid down a zip line.
that we're aware of.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I like the challenge by choice because, I think I'm with you. There's times when you're just like, can I just Spartan kick this kid off of the top of the tower and just send them careening through the air, hooked up, of course.
Because they will love it.
They will love it.
Most likely. Like 99% chance they're going to love it.
But even if they don't love it, at least they can walk away going, I did it.
Yes.
Right? Because, there are times where you're literally up there and it's like 100,000 degrees, you're baking, and you're like, kid, just step off before I do.
It's going to hold you.
About to do it. But it takes a while. But I like the challenge by choice because it forces the kids to face fears, and then have to work through that and overcome it.
Yeah.
And again, like you said, like not every kid overcomes actually stepping off the 40-foot tower, right? And so but still, for a lot of those kids, just getting hooked up and getting to the edge
is an
is a win,
accomplishment.
right? Yeah. Like that actually happened this past weekend. We had a group, and I actually found that the boys struggled going off the tower a whole lot more than the girls did. That's
boys
for sure.
are wimps, man.
For sure.
I mean, look, we can't even handle wasps.
I mean, that's true. We can't even handle wasps. But it was interesting because I was watching our counselors, as we were kind of walking through that, and like just encouraging them, talking to them. We had one counselor who literally sat down with the camper and prayed.
Aw.
But like you could hear the prayer like down at the landing. But it was just like he took the time just to stop and like pray with this kid. Lord, will you give this kid courage and boldness and give him peace or whatever. But then you get to see them actually take the step of faith. They overcome that fear. And then, like you said, I mean, they may be crying as they go through. They may look like, have faces of terror. But then it's like, you did it, and they overcame that.
Or even not even like just overcome the fear, but even with fear, they take the step anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
So, yeah, because I mean, ultimately, that's even when you're afraid, you still got to take the step.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
and that's just
put
the
that
whole,
trust.
and that, which is courage,
Yeah, it's courage.
like you still take the step even when you're afraid.
Yeah.
You still do what you need to do. But yeah, I love that because so many times too, you see the change in the kid, almost immediately. You see the fear, you see the cries, and all of a sudden they go off, and then all of a sudden you just like, I think a couple years ago we had like a series of pictures on Facebook of a kid who was struggling to go off, but then all of a sudden you just see like the change in his face.
Yeah.
It goes from like terror and crying to like joy, and smiles.
Some would call that acceptance.
But yeah, so I love that kind of stuff. I think that's probably one of my favorite things to do. I enjoy. I love the mechanic of it. And just like the muscle memory aspect. But being able to see those kids
You feel
overcome
kind of
it.
cool doing it too.
You really do. Because they're like, what? And you're like, oh yeah. I know what I'm doing.
Until you
Sort
forget
of.
to release the safety.
Oh, whoops.
Oh.
My bad. So what was one of your favorite things to do?
One of my favorite things is probably Ock the Ball. I mean, mainly because I'd never heard of it before I came here, and then one of the old junior campers, which was the first camper I ever met, showed me how to play, and then from then on out, it was always like the time I used to look forward to because you could kind of just go in, have fun, and just like. All the kids would just be so hype, especially when we did mud Ock the Ball.
Oh, yeah.
That was so fun. I hated showers after that, though. but yeah, that was always just such a cool time. I mean, it's a little bit competitive.
A little.
I was going to say,
I mean, when
Ock the
you have-
Ball is
I
more
think
than just a little
you took
competitive.
Pride in destroying the dreams and hopes of campers.
Yeah. People would be like, don't you go easy on them? Like, no. It's like, that's how you learn. And they did. They did. They learned. Like, for the campers who, like, their first week coming in, that like, I've never played Octoball. Or I guess they call it Gaga Ball now.
No,
Which is what I've heard.
We still call Octoball.
You still call it
Some
Octoball?
people just, they're not know
cultured.
Octoball, and so we just say Gaga Ball, and they're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
They're just wrong.
That's right.
But they would come in, and early in the week they wouldn't know how to play, and by the end of the week they'd be dominating. And it was awesome. So because you kind of get them to go out, learn a new skill, be competitive, have fun, and I don't know. It's just one of my fondest memories because it was the first thing I remember it was my first interaction with a camper.
Yeah.
And it turned out to be one of my favorite activities to do.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's cool. Awesome. So the podcast is called Camp Tales.
Oh.
All right. So I ask all of our guests, do you have any specific stories that stand out to you?
Where should we go?
Now, I mean, I know we've talked about a couple just in general conversation, but do you have any stories particularly that you're like, this has always been one that probably will always stay with me? Let's go through this.
Once again, that's more of a which one.
Well,
We're able to do multiple, right?
As many as you want.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
one of the ones for me is Josh was our program director. He always told us like no pranks. So we didn't really ever do a lot of pranks. I did one small-ish prank that was pretty funny, and it was a week that we had one massive girl cabin. Most of them were day campers. So it was like 20 kids, but like half of them went home at 5 whatever time. So then the few that were left, they were pretty fun. They made like some elaborate family tree for the entire camp staff and like paired counselors together and assigned them different camper kids.
Oh,
And
wow.
made copies of the family tree. We had to ask someone to print off copies so that every camper could get to take one out.
Wow.
I had mine for a while. I think I finally decided I didn't need it anymore. But anyway, we were in peace before it was renovated again, and somehow there was a hole in the bathroom wall, and some of the campers were a little concerned about it, just because, like,
Yeah, makes sense.
yeah,
Privacy.
Yeah.
Fair.
it was like the size. It was like where the toilet paper stuff is, but you could definitely like fit your hand in and stuff.
Wow.
So I don't know if we were having a bug problem, but they were a little concerned that bugs were coming out. And so during our midweek like counselor meeting, I asked Josh for like duct tape so I could cover the hole up so my campers would stop being scared. And one of the other counselors was like, well, before you do that, you should stick your hand in and scream and scare them all. I was like, actually, that's kind of a good idea.
That's kind of a good idea. I love that.
It's like, why not?
The
So,
most tame person.
Yeah, exactly.
so, I think I got the duct tape and I was like, well, we should make sure nothing's in there before we duct tape it up, which doesn't make any sense, but the campers fell for it. So I like got a flashlight. I was like, I don't see anything. And then I stick my hand in, wait a couple seconds, and then scream. All the girls were in there. They also all scream and run out. It was pretty funny.
There's a little vein of like dimension. in there,
Unhinged.
too. Yeah,
Yeah.
unhinged Elizabeth. That's what I like.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the nice thing was it wasn't my idea, so I told them, oh, it was like blah 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 on the family tree's idea, so they all got it mad at him.
So she passed the blame.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow. That is pretty
I'm
demented
you know
there.
what? High five. Good job.
She's like, I'm going to scare the children. I'm going to secretly really enjoy it, but then I'm not going to take responsibility
Yeah.
for it at all.
It worked out pretty
That's
perfectly
like
too.
the best outcome for a prank when you really.
That is
think
so
about
Yeah,
it.
because they
Yeah.
didn't really get mad at me. I was like, it wasn't my idea
I
anyway.
was like, yeah, it wasn't my fault.
It's like, it's not my fault that I actually just went out and did that.
And to be fair,
Your
I
Honor,
duct
I was
taped
told
the
to.
hole afterwards, and
You
there
did
was
duct
no
tape it.
scary creatures that I know of, but who knows?
That she knows of.
That she knows.
Except
of.
for the one that grabbed her arm.
Except for the ones that haunted the kids' nightmares.
That's right.
Well, also it was older kids because it was after the little day campers left, so I
Oh,
didn't
okay.
scare the little 6-year-olds. It
Thank
was like
you.
the 10 to 12
Yeah.
year olds.
There's a lot of bedwetting in the cabin that
Yeah.
night. as well.
No, they could handle it. They were fine.
Well, yeah, they could now that they're in therapy.
Yes.
So thank you.
They
for
know
that,
how to
Elizabeth.
process trauma better.
Yeah, exactly. You're just helping them grow up and experience
Yeah.
real life. There you go. Thank you, Elizabeth. That's what a good counselor, a
Oh, yeah,
quality counselor is going to
truly.
do.
Yeah.
Scare the children. Be like, just have therapy.
That,
We'll
that
be
was
feel
fine.
your
the
heart
only
palpitating?
time I ever pranked.
That was the only time.
I didn't really do any other pranks. No, I'm not a huge prankster person. That just the opportunity was on a silver platter, so I took
And
it.
she's like, I'm going to take it.
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Cool.
love
How about
it.
you, Billy? You had a story that you would that's legal to share?
That's legal to share?
Yes.
No. No. No, I've narrowed it down to probably two of my favorite, I guess, camp moments, camp memories, camp
Right.
tales, whatever. And the first one, counselor training, 2018.
Okay.
And we're in there practicing how supper should go, right?
Okay.
We have the tables laid out. This is how you're supposed to treat your table with all the kids. But a lot of the staff, and specifically one that I'm pretty sure is all very fond to our hearts, Aunt Evelyn,
Yeah.
is one of my campers at my table. And I'm like, I got the easy table. 90-year-old lady.
Yeah.
She's fine. She'll be all right. And we get into supper, and then she goes, I want juice. Well, you got to raise your hand first. I want juice. And then she starts throwing the cup, flipping her plate around and stuff like that. I want to go get this. Blah, blah, blah. She throws food across the entire dining hall. And then by the end of it, I left scarred. I'm like, there's a phrase in history. It's, never underestimate an old man in a young man's game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of similar. She's seen it. She's been through the ringer.
Yeah.
And if this is her expectation, I'm gonna die. there's no hope for me here. So yeah, Aunt Evelyn tossing food across the table while screaming like a mad woman
At 90 years old.
At 90 years old, definitely peak up there.
Completely humbled.
Yeah, humbled me, and I was like, "Oh man, some kids are gonna go to the vineyard." That's an inside joke. But and then if it wasn't that, it has to be the time me and my favorite. No, because both of our German counselors were really good.
Yeah,
I loved. Am I allowed to mention?
Sure.
Name? Okay, so we had Andre, which came later. I never got to work with Andre, but before Andre, we had Mikey, or aka my German Shepherd.
German Shepherd.
Mikey was awesome, and I remember one time we were like, "Man, it'd be really funny if we had like monkey suits and we went on the forced zip line and just like completely just like went like crazy on the kids. Be like, there's monkeys out here, yeah." And me, had been working in like in a church kids ministry at one point. Was like, well, we have monkey suits and I can get them. So me and Mikey drove all the way to Abingdon one weekend before the next week of camp.
Yeah.
And got these monkey suits, drove all the way back, which by the way, Mikey, for his first time basically in the United States, I think, knew the roads better than I did, which is crazy, wild. But got back here, got to the monkey suits, and throughout the week we're like, yeah, we have monkeys here. And they're like, no, we don't. No, all the kids ain't believing it. And then we get to the forced zip line. Here goes Mikey in a monkey suit.
No, it was at night at the bonfire, so they couldn't see very well.
No, this happened as well.
Oh, okay.
This is marital counseling?
This is marital counseling. Here we
Yay.
go. And here comes Mikey just all the way across, and everyone's like, and stuff like that. And what you're referring to is the time in the night where we told him the monkeys were coming to get them.
Well, it was a bonfire night, wasn't it?
It was
Because
the
all
bonfire night.
campfires
We told him the monkeys were gonna come get them, and this was at the cabin, right in front of
Joy.
Joy. Yeah,
Yep.
Joy cabin.
Yeah.
And we're like, yeah, the monkeys are gonna come get you. And then there was like in the woods. And unlike my nice, fairly stable wife, we did this on the 6-year-olds. We did this on the little
We
ones.
did it with the little kids to scare them to death.
There was some screaming. There perhaps was some crying. And eventually we had to just be like, it's a joke. It's okay.
It's just Counselor Mikey,
Yeah, so,
monkey out there.
Elizabeth didn't put kids into therapy, but I like to think me and Mikey did. Yeah.
Now, and the forest zip line, whenever I came, there was actually a sign up there called Monkey's Leap.
Monkey's Leap.
Monkey's Leap
That-
is
that
what it
was
was called.
because of
That
them.
stems
Because of
from
them.
Yeah.
There it is. So those of you who know of Monkey's Leap or have ever saw the sign,
Yeah. Shout out to the OGs.
there's the backstory to Monkey's Leap.
There's the backstory.
Cool. All right. So one more question for both of you. Okay. This was not on the list that I sent you.
Oh no.
You're welcome. Again, like you guys, obviously you've got history at Bancroft, whether it's as camper, counselors, meeting each other, getting married, all those different things. Other than the Lord providentially and graciously bringing you two together, how has Bancroft impacted your lives? That's a big one that I didn't
That's a
prepare you
big
for.
one.
That is, well,
Hopefully there's something.
I mean, the biggest way, if it wasn't for Bancroft, Bancroft is where I turned my life to Christ. I mean, without God closing the doors and kicking me off of a roof and making me come here, I don't know where my life would have been.
Yeah.
I could have been doing whatever I used to do back in the old days.
Back in the old days.
And without Bancroft, I'd be a completely different person. And I wouldn't have met my amazing, loving wife, and I wouldn't have my kids.
Yeah.
And so I mean, as far as what how what has Bancroft done or how has it impacted me? I mean, it's my life.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I still come here every now and again in summers just to come and help out.
Yeah.
And or wherever you may need me.
That's right.
Mainly with the paintball guns.
Mainly.
But yeah, Bancroft is like a home. I mean, it's where my life started.
Yeah,
truly. So
that's cool.
Aw.
Oh,
Very sweet.
that was really sweet. Where
no.
the Kleenexes?
No,
no tears.
back to it. Derek's ugly.
Oh.
Cut it up. Cut it up.
I think for me, other than meeting my future husband,
Which we're still trying to question the judgment there, but yeah, it's fine.
I think it was
Still
it
issuing
was
out
the first
paychecks.
time that I had followed God's calling in my life and
Mhm.
kind of really lived out my faith in
Yeah.
what was a tangible way to me. And I know that it definitely strengthened me because the next year I started college, so
Yeah.
no longer being homeschooled. And
Yeah.
it was also where I met the pastor at the church I'm at now. So I
Yeah.
wouldn't have gone there if I hadn't have gone to Bancroft either.
Yeah.
And my church is a really, I guess, a rock for me during college because there was
Right.
a lot of ups and downs.
Right.
And I grew a lot there. So I think it really just helped me grow my faith, prepared me for the next few years.
Mhm.
And yeah.
I will say, I think that first year, maybe it was 2018 when I was speaking, which was your first year too. I remember I was in one of the chapels and you guys were up there singing and doing your stuff. And I was like, she's solid.
Aw.
She's solid.
She is.
And then I was like, it would be great if I don't know, Blue would stop being a dork and I don't know, talk to her.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Well,
And look what happened.
in my perfect defense,
Perfect.
this is legit in court. This is a perfect defense of why I didn't, I guess, pursue a relationship sooner. She's a twin, and the first time I met her twin brother, Daniel, mind you, my wife is Puerto Rican. She doesn't look it. Daniel does.
That's fair. Yeah, that's true.
The first time I met Daniel, I thought he was her boyfriend. So that's why I did not pursue anything sooner.
Good job, Daniel.
Yeah, thanks.
And Elizabeth really appreciates it, and so does
Yeah.
the rest of us.
Which
Because Billy was not anywhere close to being ready. So that was great.
I
That
was
great.
not. Once again, God's providence right there. It's just I'm going to introduce this guy. So,
Thank you guys for your time today. I hope it was fun, but I hope it was a good kind of opportunity to kind of reflect back, a little bit on not just Bancroft, even though, that's pretty important, at least for us and for the podcast.
yeah.
But most importantly, just being able to reflect back and be able to see how God, and not that you guys have not done this at some point, but to be able to sit back again and just be reminded of God's providential hand, right?
Yeah.
And how he works all
Mhm.
things for good,
Mm-hmm.
And it's amazing, he'll close so many different doors and we'll have plans, that we'll make. But we see throughout scripture that many are the plans in the minds of a man, but it's the Lord's purpose that prevails,
Mhm.
and that God is always working, and what he is working is always better than anything that we could have done or planned ourselves,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like you were saying, you don't know where you would be.
Yeah.
If God hadn't, multiple times shut doors for you to
Yeah.
actually get your attention, right?
Yeah. I'm a hard learner.
Or being able to hey, I'm calling you to come and do this.
Well, it even felt like I was coming too late.
Yeah.
I missed a week of training. I was like, was this really the right decision? I'm not going to be equipped.
Yeah. And he's
Uh,
it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
You know, I'm calling you, and so I'm going to equip you to do what I'm calling you to do. But then how he takes this, like those small decisions that seem maybe not that big of a deal in the moment, but he takes those and he works because he sees the plan, right? He knows the plan that he's working, even though we can't see it. And he's like, if you'll just trust me and just take the step and just, you know, walk through the door that I've opened, I've got such big plans for you, you know, and what I want to do, not only in your life, but through your life as well. I'm extremely grateful that the Lord led you both to Bancroft, not just because you're my brother, you know, but I'm extremely grateful that he led you both because I have seen the growth in you over the years, you know. And, it's minimal, but I've seen it.
Well, I mean,
but I'm also blessed because I have an incredible sister-in-law, you know, who, you know, I just love.
I feel like if it wasn't for Bancroft, also our relationship would be a lot different.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I mean, we're really close today.
Yeah.
And I think in part because of Bancroft.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah. So,
which just a little, so everybody knows, there was a rule that took place when I became executive director of Bancroft, and Billy was a counselor. Do you remember what the rule was?
I was not allowed to call you dork in front of the kids.
That's right.
There was a lot of...
let's leave this up to the viewers and listeners. Do you think that stopped me?
He would literally wait till 5 p.m. on Friday and be like, dork.
We would end out every single week with 5 o'clock, dork.
I loved it. No, but I'm like incredibly grateful that the Lord opened those doors for you guys as he did, you know, because I really am just so blessed. Obviously, like you said, like our relationship probably would be much different.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Bancroft, and you wouldn't even be in our lives, you know, but probably.
Yeah.
But I'm so grateful, you know, that he worked those things because you are in our life.
Oh, can I add, as far as like, you know, Elizabeth now being a part of the family and, you know, we're all in our lives, you know, whatever, the loving brotherly thing that you said to me, when we were still dating, when me and Elizabeth were still dating, it was, if you two separate, we're keeping her.
That's right. That's right. I do remember saying that.
And I knew that. I heard that from someone. I was like, okay.
That's fine. I'll take your place.
That is true, guys. Like, if you ever screw this up, we're keeping her, and you're gone.
Yeah. So, which is a fair statement. I mean,
True.
she's pretty awesome.
And just know that still holds.
Yeah. No. Well,
that's never going to change. All right.
Yeah.
Even though I love you, but
you're gonna take great cookies. Amazing,
yeah.
just cooking in general.
Yes,
and your two nieces, that one of which you refused to hold when she was first born. I'm just gonna say that.
I held her though the other day.
Grace, yeah.
You did?
She
was
wasn't
like 2 weeks
very
ago.
happy about it, but
She started off good.
Okay, started off.
Then
Well, that's better because I was like, Derek, do you want to hold Grace?
I was like, no,
No,
I'm good.
I'd rather be over here playing with Play-Doh with the one that can kind of talk.
And we had a blast. Bro.
You did.
Are you
have a
kidding me?
blast.
That was a
I
lot
don't
of
know
fun.
who we bought that Play-Doh for, Jenny or you.
Right here.
Actually, we didn't buy the Play-Doh. She
She
made
it.
the
That's
Play-Doh.
right.
Yeah.
See, we have our own little we have our own supplier right over here. And it smelled halfway decent too. It wasn't that bad.
I thought you were about to say it smelled heavenly. I was like, that's off the wall.
Just saying. But no, again, so thank you guys for coming out and being part of it. And
apparently you can either donate $20,000 or Play-Doh to Bancroft.
Yeah.
Take your pick.
$20,000 worth of Play-Doh?
No, or Play-Doh. Or $20,000 worth of Play-Doh.
That'd be a lot of Play-Doh.
It'd be a lot of Play-Doh.
You could do a lot with that. I could build another tower out of $20,000 worth of Play-Doh.
It wouldn't be very stable,
But it would
it'd be a
fun,
tower.
and it would smell fantastic.
Oh, wait.
It'd
Hey,
be good.
do you do an outro?
Sometimes. Just depends. Do you have an outro?
I have an outro.
Oh, Lord help us. All right. Well, I'll let you do the... Okay. All right. So we have an outro, apparently, that Billy has prepared
prepared. I wouldn't say I thought of it within the last 30 seconds.
Okay, then we apologize in advance. But go ahead, Billy. Send us out.
So I'll send us out here. Thank you for watching another episode of, or listening to another episode of Camp Tales. I've been your host, Billy Mars. I'll be joining you next week with a special episode about Mothman. And Elizabeth will also be joining us. Mic drop.
Mic drop. We won't have an episode about Mothman. At least not next week. All right. So thank you again for joining us, guys. Love you all. And
I love you.